Hey, it's Lori here. If you don't know what Palantir is, keep watching, because what they and the federal government are doing right now with your most sensitive personal data should be on everyone's radar. Palantir is a secretive tech company that is known for building powerful AI products used for surveillance, tracking, and profiling. Well, we just learned that Donald Trump is quietly using Palantir and its AI systems to process the enormous troves of Americans' most sensitive data that DOJ stole from agencies across the federal government. To be clear, this isn't hypothetical. This is happening right now. If you're like me, you're probably asking what the hell Donald Trump is doing asking a secretive data mining company to compile a master file on the private lives of each and every American. This isn't just about politics. It's about power and whether we still have a right to keep our lives private in the digital age. This is a dangerous overreach, which is exactly why I've been fighting to modernize the Privacy Act for the first time in over 50 years. Without safeguards, this kind of unchecked power is how our privacy disappears quickly and quietly. Because the Privacy Act hasn't been meaningfully updated since Watergate in the 70s. The rules on how the federal government shares your data with private companies might as well be from the Stone Age. What's even worse is that once your data is in Palantir's hands, you could lose a say in how it's used or who it's sold to. No one should have to worry about their government giving unvetted DOJ minions access to their personal data, let alone handing it over to a company controlled by billionaires like Peter Thiel, who funded the president's campaign. Share this now so folks know what Donald Trump and his billionaire tech buddies are up to. And let's ramp up the pressure on these guys.
Okay, so I had to hop on and talk about Palantir. Palantir is this database that allows you to make sense of large volumes of data and helps to analyze and output information into like something that's more digestible for analysts. It is something that the CIA has been using for years. It's something that I used to use at the CIA in order to make sense of terrorist networks and be able to digest huge volumes of information, intelligence, in order to make sense of terrorist networks and how they're interconnected. So the concerning thing is that President Trump has spent over $113 million on Palantir contracts since he's taken office. And so what's worrying about this? What he's asking the federal agencies to do, DHS, the IRS, Health and Human Services, DOD, he's asking them to all share information across this platform called Palantir. And the issue with this is that it creates a very centralized database of information on American citizens. Information like your bank accounts, your student debt, your medical claims, your disability status. This is really worrisome to me in particular because I feel like it provides a database that can be easily hacked by the Chinese, the Russian, whatever enemies we have. And that information could be used on U.S. citizens to either, force them into giving up information that might help to further their efforts. Or it could be used by a political figure like Trump or someone else to get them to get individuals, American citizens, to do what they want them to do because they have all of this personalized, centralized information on American citizens. So again, Palantir has huge government contracts like across DOD, DHS, IRS, CDC. I know that's a big alphabet soup to swallow, but think about all the information that they have on you. Think about all of that being centralized into one database that's easily accessible by the federal government and by potentially our enemies. That information could be hacked. So I think this whole Palantir thing is really worrisome, and I wanted to just give a few cents on why I think it's so worrisome, especially for U.S. citizens in particular. I use the database on a frequent basis while at the CIA, and I cannot say enough that this is very worrisome, that they would compile information from all these different government agencies on American citizens. What is your take on this?